Michael Vick's brother sends powerful message to Shilo Sanders as he shows true colors on onTampaSwitch. The jury might still be out on how Shedeur Sanders will fare in the NFL. But Shilo Sanders? He might just turn out to be a dark horse for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ever since he arrived at his new home, Shilo has charmed his coaches and critics and is quickly emerging as a promising player. This is a surprise turnaround for a player who was written off during the draft process. But franchise leaders are sharing all the latest developments of the safety as he grows into a better player. Even former NFL quarterback Marcus Vick has taken notice, and he's a fan of his speed. Shilo's collegiate career looks bleak when compared with the rave reviews coming in from Tampa. Tallying 217 tackles over 6 seasons, coupled with injury doubts, clouded his pro potential. He ultimately didn't make the cut, but signed afterwards as a UDFA with the Bucs. Now, it's like Shilo has completely flipped the narrative. He already had heads turning with his footwork in his rookie camp, which insiders say was maybe the most impressive of all the new safeties. His skills are now gaining more attention. NFL Rookie Watch shared an update about Sanders' growth at Tampa. Shilo Sanders' footwork looks surgical heading into his first season, the account wrote. One NFL scout reportedly believes Sanders' technique has come a long way since his time in South Carolina and is currently on par with current starting NFL safeties. The Buccaneers' rookie safety is freakishly smooth on his feet, flushed face, the Post read. Accompanying it was a clip from Sanders' footwork drills, which shows so much finesse. Former Miami Dolphins player Marcus Vick chimed in with a nod of approval. He commented, "Yeah, Shilo. I'm telling y'all he like a speeding bullet. It's apparent that Shilo is committed to growth." He clocked in an impressive 4.52 at his 40-yard dash. Vick also has a similar record, posting 4.47 during his attempt in 2006. His footwork is his biggest strength, which even Bucky thinks is worth telling the world about. But that's not where the praise for Shilo ends. NFL Rookie Watch also wrote, Sanders has reportedly taken no days off since arriving in Tampa Bay and is working towards securing playing time in 2025. Multiple Buccaneers coaches have now raved about Sanders, praising his intelligence, work ethic, and athleticism. Shilo Sanders' performance at Tampa shows he will not back down from honing a better version of himself. We saw that while he prepared himself for Colorado's Pro Day, and we're seeing it now as he gives his all to secure playing time. Shilo Sanders is settling in at his new home. Shilo is now formally out of Deion Sanders' shadow and charting a course of his own in Tampa. He's now spent a few weeks here and seems quite settled in the city so far. The Sun quoted him as saying, "Am I liking Tampa? I love Tampa. I'm not going to lie, Tampa actually is, like living here now. Tampa is one of the best places to live," he added. The balmy weather is in stark contrast to that of Boulder, which is something that stands out to Shilo. It's not really the heat, it's the humidity. You walk out of the hotel, and it's literally you feel like you got to take a shower. He also commented on the city's reputation for hosting the worst drivers. "I've been driving out here and I don't see, it's not that bad." Weather problems and moving in thoughts aside, Shilo is locked in on making it into the playing team this season. When the Bucs facility was closed one weekend, he got creative and headed to a public park for an intense solo session. And he went through a series of drills involving alley pursuit angles, 45-degree back pedals without taking a break. "Y'all see I'm in shape. We didn't even take a break yet," he said, after wrapping up the session. And if you thought Shilo would then call it a day and enjoy the rest of Sunday, you're mighty wrong. He followed up that comment by saying, "I might go on a jog tonight too, just to get my endurance up." He knows this opportunity with the Bucs is not one to be taken for granted. Sanders is determined to make a mark this season, and by the way he's going at it, he might not be far off his goal. "The Bucs was the first team to call, and they gave me a chance before anyone," Sanders said after being signed by the franchise. "So I'm forever grateful to the Buccaneers, and I'm just going to do everything I can to help this team win. Everything in my power to help this team win. And that's all I want." All of this dedication has turned him from a lightly regarded college safety to one of Tampa's most intriguing offseason surprises. And who knows, maybe we can see Shilo Sanders on the playing roster in the upcoming season. Deion Sanders, CU Buffs get major recruiting update on elite target who has serious interest from rival Big 12 program. Right now, things might feel a bit heavy for the Colorado Buffaloes head coach, Deion Sanders. His nest is empty with his two sons, Shedeur and Shilo, and his favorite, Travis Hunter, flying off to the NFL. However, Dion now has no time to miss his kids. Rather, he will now have to leave his mark on the recruiting trail that would help him and his kids get rid of the nepotism tags. Coach Prime has now got to show that he can do it from scratch, without his sons on the boat. Looks like Dion is leaving no stones unturned in his efforts to woo recruits. Right now, Coach Prime is in a tug-of-war with another Big 12 giant. The reason? Who gets to woo the elite target? The elite target who is keeping the programs on their toes is none other than fast-rising linebacker Isaiah Tokio. Over the past couple of months, the class of 2026 prospect from Oceanside High School has been busy scheduling trips. He took an unofficial visit to Washington for the program's much-anticipated Junior Day on March 8th. Tokio then flew off to Arizona State on April 25th. After the great Julian Lewis chase, it was obvious that Dion would jump into the race and catch the big fish. Here comes some good news. On May 28th, Tokio posted a tweet. It read, AG2G+, after a great conversation with Coach Bartoloni and Coach Hello, I am happy to report that I have been offered my 13th D1 scholarship to the University of Colorado. Thank you, Coach Bartoloni, and Coach Hello Go Buffs. Ranked as the number 61 linebacker in his class and the number 98 class of 2026 prospect in California, must have caught Dion with some FOMO feels. After all, how could he just sit and watch a hot recruit slip away? Looks like the ice is melting. Dion takes sincere initiative when it comes to offering scholarships. Back in April, he had extended a scholarship offer to a rising star in the world of football, Braden Bailey, the son of Pro Football Hall of Famer Champ Bailey. However, in Tokio's case, the call is going to be pretty close. And guess what? The pressure is not coming from other conference foes, but some in-house Big 12 foes are robbing Dion's good night's sleep. Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State are not going to make the chase easy for the Buffs. Looking at his film, Tokio has the strength to bull rush offensive linemen on the blitz. He keeps his head up to follow the development of the play. His USP lies in lining up inside and outside, making him a great package. But what makes Dion so nervous about the Big 12 rival? Deion Sanders' pitch and efforts are hard to ignore. Last year, Dillingham called the linebackers one of the most improved units. They have been known as the Werewolves. It's been a crucial bonding measure for a group that has seen a major overhaul since 2023. Tate Romney, Caleb McCullough, Kvian Thunderbird, and Crew Jackson return with more experience in the second year. They were guided by the highly talented position coach, A.J. Cooper. And there is no doubt that this group overachieved. So, Dillingham is likely to give tough competition to Dion to carry their linebacker legacy, sealing the deal with Tokio. But we have seen how far Coach Prime can go to woo recruits. For his favorite Juju Lewis, he brought in the moon and stars. From appointing 101-year-old Buff superfan Peggy Copham to record a special video to naming Boulder's famous joints burger, Juju's Precision Pass Burger, the quarterback got superstar treatment. Now, what makes him push harder on the recruiting trail? His strategy, 1 5-star at a time. From his time at Jackson State, Dion has zeroed in on a single 5-star recruit, making them the cornerstone of his class. The trend began with two-way sensation Travis Hunter in 2022. It continued with Jordan Seaton headlining the 2024 class, and now quarterback Julian Lewis committed in 2025. While Deion Sanders is pursuing the 3-star linebacker Isaiah Tokio, Coach Prime has set his sights on Zion Ali, a 6'3", 220-pound edge rusher from St. Francis Academy in Baltimore. And what's the famous Sanders pitch? I tell them, if you come here, you're not just joining a team, you're becoming part of something historic. Is Dion building something Tokio just can't resist?